And Brandon, Stefan over here has so generously offered to give us his 8th grade graduation speech. And after that, Mrs. Murray and I only have a couple more words to give. So Stefan.
Teachers, parents, friends, and fellow graduating classmates, lend me your ear. Today is a fabulous day, a day that will be marked in history as one of our defining moments in our lives. This day is almost like the 4th of July. That's right, a day of independence, a day of celebration, but most of all, the day we overcome 8th grade. As I look back at the beginning of my school career, I remember as a young boy that I had no clue what to expect from a city-like environment called school. There were many questions in my mind. What am I doing? Why am I here? What's for lunch? When is recess? Well, those questions now have answers. I understand now that going to school and studying martial arts are very similar. Training always starts with the beginning. In my case, that was white belt. I learned new techniques every day, motivated by the desire to move on to the next colored belt and ultimately reaching my goal as a black belt. Much like martial arts, Brookfield prepared me to move on to the next grade and eventually move on to the next phase of my education. High school seems like a new city-like environment, but regardless of which high school each of us will attend, I feel confident that our teachers have done everything they could to prepare us to be successful. Brookfield School. Before I was enrolled, I would always come here to pick up my brothers and sisters. While my mom was getting them, I would always join in on the 6th and 7th grade PE with Miss J. This was the time I met my closest friend, Dylan, the guy that would always think of a funny joke to make me laugh and disturb the class. He would always cheer me up when I fell down, so thank you. Brookfield wasn't like any other school. It was different. Other schools might have a huge field with a big playground, but we didn't have that. They might have a bigger building with multiple classrooms, but we didn't have that either. So what made Brookfield so unique? School isn't about how big your playground was or how big your building is, but about the academics and what we learned. And Brookfield had just that. We have teachers that could teach better than any other teachers I know. So I would like to thank them for what they have taught me. Thank you, Ms. Thompson, for keeping me on task, preparing me for high school, and teaching me engineering. Thank you, Ms. Cashel, for improving my writing skills. Thank you, Ms. Bergen, for taking me back in time to learn about World War II and the Vietnam War. Thank you, Mr. Carlstrom, for all the great times we had in math. And thank you, Mr. Walker, for introducing these sports to our school. Brookfield was very challenging, and I'll be the first to admit it. But I know it will continue to challenge me as I move on to high school and eventually college. My parents never said school was going to be easy. They told me school was supposed to prepare you for the real world. It's because of my parents that I'm even here today. Not because they gave birth to me, that was the easy part. It's because of all the times they invested and the frustration they covered up with grades that I am thankful for. I know I can count on them to remind me what not to do, but also support me in everything I take on. So Mom and Dad, thank you. I really can't be more grateful. I would also like to thank my grandma, taking time out of her day to pick us up and drop us home. And thank you, Miss Brumley. You have been like my school mom, always asking me if everything is okay. I really appreciate all that you have done for me, so thank you. Miss Murray and Miss Johnson, my family and I really appreciate your dedication to education. My speech is almost done, so hold in there, as I end my speech with a poem. Keep on learning, everyone, though your graduation is almost done. Your whole life in education has only just begun. Your graduation is your first big step, for knowledge is your special key to winning what you want in life and being who you want to be. If you'll always be a student, you'll find the secret to success and travel on the golden road to peace and happiness. We're the class of 2015, and there's no one that can take that away from us. Thank you.